Hey everybody, welcome to Mammoth Interactive's YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember that this channel doesn't do Patreon. Instead, we sell our digital courses down below. And every single dollar that we get from the products you buy below goes into making more content. The best way to help out this channel and Mammoth Interactive is to subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. Get thousands of hours and hundreds of courses for a low price down below. We have a monthly option and a yearly option. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the video.
Okay, now that we have our whole chessboard right here, we can actually just finish it off by adding in like an additional environment like scene right here. Let's say we can throw this on that little table or a chess table, because like right now it's just a simple chessboard. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab this collection right here. I'm going to rename this as chess, I guess chess set, and we're just going to grab all these layers, and we can just drag and drop them into this layer right here. This way we can organize it, so that we can create a new sort of collection here, giving us, well, more room to sort of organize things with in here, as you can see right here. I want to hide this right now so I can create our little table or our table set. I guess just call it a table. Let's go Shift A, create mesh. Let's go with a simple cylinder. Be fine. 32 vertices. That's a little bit high. Let's go with like, I don't know, 20. Seems good. And I am just going to go ahead. Let's switch over to snap mode, switch to increments. I'm going to go into sides, drop this down to the bottom, right click, set origin to 3D cursor, and we're just going to go ahead and scale this shift, well, I can just scale on the Z axis instead. Let's bring it like this, scale shift Z upwards, how large you want the table to be. As you can see, this is our chess set right here. So that means our cylinder or our table should be a little bit larger. Well, scale Shift Z. Let's say like something like this would be good enough. And I'm just going to close off our chess set again. Let's go back into edit mode on this object now. And grab this piece right here. I'm going to just drop this down slightly. And I'm going to extrude downwards. Let's say we're going to make sort of a coffee-like table. I'm going to add in a few edge loops, or let's go bevel this right here. And we can grab this center face, extrude, scale, Shift Z. It goes in inwards. This is going to be like a sort of games table. Let's go in edge mode, grab these edges here, Control B, bevel those sections out, and sort of smooth it over like so. And then we're gonna just push this bottom face, I guess, upwards slightly a little bit, and I'm gonna scale this downwards a little bit more so I can actually create the center, the center post of the table. Just going to extrude this on the Z-axis. And I guess we can scale it again. Drop it down. Let's just scale down on the Z-axis all the way down to the bottom. And we can, I guess, throw in some legs, some additional details to that sort of table. It's kind of too sharp here. I'm going to scale Shift Z, scale it outwards a little bit in, and seems better. Grab the upper face here. Let's go down to the side view here. Push this down. Bevel this bottom edge. Control B. Just going to bevel that. And that seems pretty good. As you can see, we have sort of a slight tabletop kind of desk right here. I'm going to add in bevel over here as well. And we are going to just poke this face because I don't want this as a sort of unending kind of giant end gun right there. Let's go turn on chess set. Check it out. I see it's pretty decent. I'm actually going to go into solid mode so I can see the object more without all the sort of brightness of the non-material sort of piece right there. Let's turn off the chess set and let's throw in some legs. I'm thinking of some fancy sort of table legs. In fact, I should probably shrink down this center, I guess, center post. Scale this down even more and just extrude it downwards. Let's go like somewhere here and shift this guy upwards. Control R. Ooh, let's add in additional edge loops here. We could smooth this a little. Actually, oops, accidentally moved it. So let me scale this in here. I'm going to just, I guess I can bevel this. I can use some bevels. Keep with this sort of angle right here. Control B. Kind of increase that. Can throw in more segments. Kind of fit that profile. I guess it's not really changing much. I guess I just set it to like 1 or something. Or 0.5. 0.5. Leave it like so, since nothing is really moving. Let's go into face mode. Grab the center face. Just scale this inwards slightly. So we get like this nice curve. And you know what? Since we have everything on smooth mode, let's see what this would look like in smooth shade as well. As you can see, definitely need to add in some more additional edge loops to kind of make it less, I guess, soft looking, since this is going to be a table. Definitely need to add in some edge loops, or some additional edge loops right here. Let's drop this down to 1 segment. Shift this. Let's go turn off snap mode. Shift this down. Check it out. Okay, has a more solid top. And bottom seems decent. I am going to go, I guess we can add in like a sort of cube for now. Let's create mesh cube. Drop it down to the bottom. And with this, we can sort of connect this to some fancy legs. Let's scale this out a little bit. And let's go ahead and create those legs. I am going to Shift A, create mesh. Let's go with another cube. And I am just going to hide the tabletop. Use this cube right here. Let's go ahead and, you know what? I'm just going to shift this to one side. Let's go snap this to one side. And let's right click, set origin to 3D cursor. I'm going to scale this on the Y axis. We are going to, I guess we can just take one of these and sort of turn it into a mirror that circles around the object or the sort of bottom of our table. The type of table I'm thinking of is like one of those pedestal kind of tables with like, I guess, 4 fancier kind of carved legs. I'm just going to go ahead and sort of make the leg itself first. Let's go grab the face here. I'm going to go into the front view here. Let's go extrude, and I'm going to just shift this, I guess, like towards the grid lines right here. It makes it easier for me to kind of create things here. Let's actually make this a little bit lower. I'd say like right here would be good. Let's add in some edge loops. I am going to we can smooth this out. No, let's add in just a few more edge loops. Let's go like, I guess here 2, maybe 3. I think 3 looks better. Kind of shift this upwards, grab the center edge, move this up. This one, Control B, throw in a bevel, and I am going to add in more segments. I guess like 3 would be decent enough for that. For here, kind of round this off. I am thinking of, I guess we could throw in like a cylinder at the end, or like a quarter of cylinder, kind of attach it to that. Let's go Shift A. I'm gonna just Shift A, create cylinder. Let's take this piece, prop it on the side, rotate on the x-axis, hold Control so that it kind of snaps to it. And let's just grab this, scale it, Shift Z, or Shift Y, scale it upwards. Let's go into face mode. I'm going to grab these guys, poke faces, and you know what? We could just grab this piece right here. I am going to, no, I'll just manually do all this. Let's go to the side, wireframe, grab half of this. Make sure you don't grab the other piece right here. Grab this section, delete those faces, and we have a perfect right-angled cylinder. I'm going to fill this section in. Oops, accidentally click G. Let's undo anything right there. Click F, fill that part in, fill this section in, and we can go ahead. Let's go to solids. Let's take this piece right here and just snap it to this guy. Actually, I think roughly around here. The height is kind of off. Don't worry about it. You can scale it up. You know, just scale it right here. Oof. I should probably separate this. I'm gonna go separate by loose parts. Grab this guy. Right click, set origin to, or actually I could just go Control A, set rotation. Actually, no, that kind of erases it. Well, it's already set to that because it was built over here. It's connected to this piece. I'm just gonna go set origin to geometry, and we are gonna go snap this to the, I guess, to the grid or cursor. Selection to cursor. Let's build this or move this slightly over here and set origin to 3D cursor. That way, if we want to scale this, it's a little bit more accurate. We're scaling at the sort of 2x2 grid space. Yeah, we can just use that. And then I can go to the front view here, scale this on the y-axis, kind of just match it with the size. And you know what? I'm just going to make this a little bit slightly larger. Or I could try and snap it. I think I can snap it on the vertex right here. Scale on the y. No, it doesn't scale with that. So you know what? I'm just going to use increments, move this back in place, and we're just going to connect them together. Let's grab these guys. Let's go grab this and this, Control J. Let's go into edit mode, face mode, wireframe. Just going to delete the inner faces, delete those faces. Let's grab vertex, grab all these, right click, merge by distance. 0 has been merged because it's set to 0.001. Just increase that. Let's go like, okay, 0.05 works because they, well, snap together now. And If we jump back into solids, we have sort of a kind of decent looking leg right here. And if you want to line up or make sure everything is lined up, all we have to do is just go into vertex mode. Let's go into edit vertex. I'm just going to half this right here right now. Let's go delete half of this guy and click L, delete face, grab this, set up a mirror. Let's go y-axis, turn on clipping, go to edit mode, go back into the front view, wireframe, and vertex. Now all we have to do is just grab those outer vertexes, and I'm going to set the vertex to increments by, well, vertex, and everything should line up perfectly. You can go down to the front here, everything should be good. I guess this one is not right here. You can just snap it to that, and there you go. That is perfect. And we can pretty much just set this as the base legs right there. It's not really looking that well detailed yet, but it seems pretty good for now. I'm gonna turn on the table. Actually, I don't need this cube anymore. That was just kind of useless now. You take this leg right here. Let's grab this, bring it all the way to the bottom. Kinda huge. Let's go maybe grab this guy, go down to the bottom right here. I'm gonna change up the face, poke it, because like as you can see, the shadows right now are kind of like that. We can actually just extrude it as well. I'll bring the shadows down a little bit. I'm gonna go right click, poke face, and we are going to go into the faces here. We're gonna extrude scale Shift Z. This scales outwards like so. And whoa, that actually looks kind of odd. I think there might be something inside. There is not. Oh well. Just grab these edges right here, slightly shift them downwards. Go in solids, check it out. Seems pretty good. Take this piece. We're just gonna go ahead and sort of stack it here. Where I'm gonna set the origin to, I guess, center right here. Let's go right click, set origin 3D cursor, add in mirror, X and Y. Actually, we can duplicate this, kind of just rotate it. Oop, Shift D, rotate on Z, and there you go. Actually, set it to 90. And right there we have a fairly decent looking table. We'll detail it later. For now, let's take a short break and come back to this later. Okay, we are back again with our table, and as you can see, we got the base sort of look down to it. There's a lot of things we probably need to change. As you can see right here, lots of weird shadows, mostly underneath the table. Some of these sort of just lead to this blend of darkness over here, same with the bottom base here. Now we are going to just fix these sections up first. I'm going to try and, I guess, fancy it up down here. Let's go into edit mode, and we're just going to go fix this shadow right here. To do that, simply just add in an edge loop. As you can see, if we drag it down, it kind of cuts it down all the way to the bottom right here. And that automatically makes it look a lot better. This also, this kind of lack of shadows right here, to fix that, same thing, we just have to add simple sort of edge loop down over there. It'll kind of create this nice little crease around the edge, giving us this nice kind of smooth shine look over here. Now I'm thinking of, again, fancying up this whole section here. Let's just go ahead, I'm gonna sort of separate this part because I want this base sort of shape, or like the base pole shape right here. Let's sort of create a little pear-like structure. I'm gonna bring this edge loop down here, and let's add in the bevel, Control B. Just split this a little bit, and I'm gonna grab this top edge. I'm gonna scale this outwards, like so. Let's go to the side, check it out, and add in a sort of bevel here as well. We're going to try and create this pear-like structure. And to do that, it's quite simple. We're just going to double-click G on this area. Let's kind of slide it up. We have that base sort of curve right now. We just need to add in additional edge loops to kind of just stretch this portion out. Actually, let's grab this. Double-click G, slide it upwards. Control B to bevel this. And we can increase the amount of segments. I guess we can just leave this as is right now. Let's go ahead. I'm actually gonna add in this section, scale this down a little bit, and let's bevel this, or actually scale this a little bit. Then we can bevel it. Control B. Kind of just scale this out. Just add in an extra segment right there. This portion seems pretty good. I guess we can just scale this a little bit. And we get sort of this nice pear-like structure here. Still some rough edges down below here. Can add in bevels here to just clean that up. Or actually, it's kind of a little bit sharp right here. Actually, just going to use one segment. Kind of manually scale this down a little bit. And this bottom piece, double click G, slide it up just a tad bit right there. Check it out, seems pretty good. And let's kind of, I guess we can slightly open this up. I'm thinking of getting a solid base like structure. Use Control R, grab all the way to the top over here and just scale it outwards. Something like this. And yeah, instead of like a actual pear-like structure, we get sort of a vase-like structure here instead. Add in some edge loops manually. Give us that nice separation between the two. And these structures over here, now that we have this sort of jutted edge right here, we can kind of shrink some of these to kind of conform and smooth out those areas. Kind of give it a nice little curve. In fact, I can just add in some bevels here. I'm going to add in different segments. Manually scale this. Check it out, seems pretty good. Now this edge is a little sharp, so we definitely need to add in, I guess, either an edge loop or just another bevel right here. No, I'm going to add an edge loop here, kind of clear off that weird angle. Scale it out a tad bit. Deselect, go into object mode, check it out. Yeah, you can see a nice little separation right there. I think if I added in another edge loop a little bit right here, seeing there's like no difference, might as well just undo that. Grab this edge, maybe bevel it instead. And decrease the selection right there. Grab this edge, just slide it down just a tad bit. Make it like a little bit smooth down here. Yeah, there you go. Seems pretty good. Now this portion, since it's sort of the connection to the legs of our table, I'm not going to do much with it. That I am thinking of, we could like spice it up a little bit, you know, add in different, I guess, combinations. Let's switch this back to increments so it doesn't accidentally snap on things. Let's slightly bend this a little bit downwards. Control B. Add in a few other bevels here and there. Curve this upwards. Say over here. That seems pretty good. I feel like we should, though, have this slightly split. Sort of show that there is like this different connection right here. You know what? Because of the sort of shading and shadows, it just kind of looks odd right here. Add in like some edge loops here. Kind of just split this down a little. Let's push this in. And Control B. Just a slight little bevel right there. That seems pretty good. It's a little light though. There's like not enough shadows catching in this section right here. Let's maybe undo that bevel right there. Might need to manually add in a edge loop ourselves. As you can see right there, it kind of just gives us a better crease sometimes. And yeah, seems pretty good. We can use that. Now for the top of our table, I'm thinking of creating this little gap right here, or not really gap, maybe separate the top of our table from the pillar right here, because I feel like the table itself isn't really that, well, smooth, because it's we set the amount of vertices onto the cylinder previously a little bit low. We can increase it by subdividing it, or actually we can select these bevels later on and just like splitting, or not bevels, these edges, and splitting them by using bevels. Before that, let's go ahead and use an edge loop here. Just gonna kind of change up that shade, add another one, scale it out, and let's see, seems pretty good. Control B, add in a nice little sharpened edge right there. Seems pretty good. Now we can kind of make it, I guess, a tier like structure right here by adding in additional sort of edge loops to these sections here, slightly scaling them outwards like so. It's just a sort of design. You don't have to use this. Let's maybe bring this out a little bit. Control B. Check it out. This seems pretty cool. But I'm just gonna use like 2. It's just for looks. Besides, this is like under the table. You don't really see it. So just like, you know, some slight details should be enough. For this section, I feel like it's a little bit wide. After looking at it for a while, might want to, you know, change it up a little. I'm just gonna grab like this central, actually I'll use edge instead, the central edge right here, turn on proportional editing, and just scale it down a little bit. Let's increase the selection here. Not everything. Let's see, that seems okay. I feel like I can maybe smooth out more things. Let's go into the side view here, double click G, and this portion as well. Let's turn off proportional, and I'm gonna make a cut here as well. Control B. Just have like this separation between the pole and the vase shape. Should probably do the same thing for here as well. I guess like add in an edge loop here, kinda show that it is well, separate here, like so, and even, you know, scale this down. Let's go like that instead. Bevel this. Nice clean crease. Same with this edge right here. It's a little bit too close. Control B. Just gonna increase the size. There you go. Central pole. Looks like the table is made out of multiple different pieces. Just some slight details to make it look a little bit more fancy. But yeah, there you go. We have a, I guess, a little bit more detailed piece right here. I'm gonna fix up some other things later on, but for now, let's take a short break and come back to this later. Okay, we're back again with our table, and we have, well, we previously built the little center pole or mass of our table. Just gonna make it so that the table top here matches with said pole right here to make it look better. Because as you can see right here, it's really rough and jagged. Doesn't really seem like a smooth table. We are just gonna go ahead and subdivide it, or add more additional edge loops onto it to make it look better. I'm gonna go into edit mode, and I don't want to mess with the piece down here, so I'm just gonna go into edge mode. Let's grab this edge right here that's connecting top and bottom structures right here. You're gonna click on V to cut that edge right here. As you can see, if I deselect it, click L, you'll notice that the object selected, well, this piece is now an island because it's separated. Let's go click on P and separate by loose parts. And notice how this is now two separate objects. What we have here, we can just simply select all. We can right click, subdivide, but I'm going to tell you that this isn't going to work. As you can see right here, if we subdivided it, it's just going to increase the amount of edges that it contains, but it's not going to change the geometry of these, well, or the smoothness of the table sort of rim or the edge right here. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go into face mode. We're just going to delete the top face right here, and I guess the bottom section here as well. And I'm going to use this method of, sort of selecting all these edges right here and sort of just beveling them. Now I'm just going to grab, like, I guess one of these. Got to make sure I'm in edge mode. Deselect, grab the edge right here. Shift G. We're going to select by length since they're all the same lengths right here. Just click on that. I'll select all the edges over here, and we're just going to go ahead and go Control B. Just going to drag it out randomly and get a rough shape or a sort of distance. I'm thinking, I guess 0.08 seems like a proper distance. As you can see, it looks like it's equally sort of split. Now, if you're, I guess, math savvy, you might be able to figure out why. Just say again, we had 20 segments before, and now we increase it again, and it looks a lot smoother. You can increase the amount of segments here as well, but it's going to create this weird kind of bend or like flat bend right here because these in between sort of surfaces don't have additional sort of edge loop to match it. It's gonna just look weird and off. But yeah, there you go. We have the amount of edge loops right here that makes our table seem a lot smoother. In fact, you can even just, grab this again. Let's make sure we grab just that one angle right there, or that edge. Go Control or Shift G, length, Control B again, and you can increase this. I don't know, what's this, 0.04? I guess that would be the amount, and that just makes it more smoother, as you can see right here. But I'm just gonna keep it to like the sort of 0.8 amount because it's not that high in poly, and it makes the sort of tabletop itself seem a lot smoother. Now for this top section, we're just going to go ahead and I guess click on F to fill that portion out. I'm going to click on I to inset the, I guess, center right here. And I'm going to slightly, I guess, I'm just going to drag this down a little bit. I'm going to add in a slight sort of bevel downwards. Let's go face mode, grab these guys right here, and just bring this down, I guess, slightly, not too much. And as you can see right here, there's a slight issue. The angle or the sort of light and shadow on the top of the table surface isn't really showing, so we kind of need to, I guess, add in some additional edge loops to create that additional sort of, I guess, shine or contrast right here. Because if you kind of zoom around, you can't really tell there's an indent right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I guess can either use the bevel tool or sort of add an additional edge loop manually. I'm just going to do that instead. Let's like push this section up and see how it looks. Okay, it kind of built this nice little shadow. It's kind of, I'd say it's kind of light. You might be able to do it more right here. Drag down the edge loop here and see how that looks. Wonder how it looks if I were to grab it in here instead. Not much change, so I guess I'm not going to use that. Just leave it like this. That seems pretty good. What if I were to add more here? Nope, no change. Well, might have been some change. But I think this is enough, kinda, for a just, it's a flat surface table right here. Now, I actually really don't need this additional edge loop right here. I'm just gonna clear it after I poke the face right here. I'm just gonna grab face mode, right click, set poke face. So this center is, I guess, a triangle right here, or triangles. We're gonna go into edge mode. Just gonna dissolve this edge right here, and just keep this as like this giant sort of surface here. And yeah, there you go. We have sort of the surface or top of the table. Now I'm going to kind of make the edges here, or the creases, slightly more, I'd say, creased, because right now it's kind of just really loosely putty looking. It's not that good looking, I'd say. We want like more kind of differences, more contrast. This area, let's add in, I guess we can just manually add in the edge loop here. And notice how the shadow gets pushed up just slightly. And deselect, go into object mode. Look at how that sort of light bounces off. It makes it look a lot more contrasted, a lot more sharper. I guess I should tighten these sort of areas up as well. Just grab this and this. See how that looks. Seems pretty good. The bottom here seems fine. I'm not going to do too much. Still feel like this top area might need some work. Maybe drop this down just a tad bit, not too much. Let's go into side view here. Let's just move this down a little bit. And let's see how it looks right here. Let's grab this outer edge right here. Double click G, slide it closer to the edge. And I guess we can add like an edge loop down here. Pull this downwards. Check it out. Seems pretty good. And I am going to just grab this sort of central edge right here. Let's go extrude, scale, and I'm just going to go to the side, just drop it down to roughly around where the original pedestal or the sort of center mass here is at. It's going to draw this in a little bit more. And you know what? Let's go into side view right here. I'm going to go and pull this downwards. Check things out. I'm going to add in like an edge loop right here. And just drag this up a little bit. I feel like we probably make this kind of step like this as well. Let's go with like another edge loop here. Drag it all the way out. And just pull it downwards instead. Control bevel. Let's see how that looks. There's like a slight little bump right there. Probably should tighten up those corners. I'm gonna go Control R, smooth this in. I guess since it's like the bottom of the surface right here, kind of shadows are a little bit messy. Might want to see if I can fix these ones up. Nope. Let's go pull this one down here. Check it out. Okay, there is some sort of light or surface being bounced off. So I'm just gonna try and do this over here. Let's go into wireframe, check things out. Seems okay. Okay, whatever. That seems decent enough. We have our table. And, well, more like the tabletop. And it seems pretty good. You know what? I did say that the sort of upper edge right here didn't feel like it is well, these sort of corners were enough. I feel like we could probably increase it again. Let's just go into this face right here, dissolve that. Let's grab these guys, Shift G, length, and Control B. Slight little move right here. Let's go, what was it, 0.04. And whoa, that section right here, probably need to delete that because it's kind of crossing over. Wonder if we can set this a little bit. Width type. No, it's still gonna slightly cause issues. I think it's easier if I just use offset instead. One segment. Let's see how it looks. Seems okay. Grab all these guys right here. Let's grab these. Select all those faces and delete faces. Click L, select those extras, and just fix them again. Let's take this, scale it in. Actually, no. Let's go extrude, scale it in manually like so. Let's go to the side view and let's just drag it down slightly. So I let it cut through. And let's see how the table looks. It actually seems pretty good. But since it's like, again, it's the bottom of the table, you might not even notice it. You just leave it like that. Let's go back to the top. Make sure to fill out the sort of center. Click F. And let's go to face. Select this one face right here, poke face. Make sure it is, well, completed right there. Yeah, there you go. We have a hell of a lot more of a smoother surface right here, at the expense of the sort of surface, sort of subsurface right here. It's a lot more detailed. But yeah, there you go. We have our tabletop and our mask. We might need to, fix up the bottom later on, but for now, let's take a short break and come back to this later.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this course. If you want to watch the rest of the course, the link is down below. Not only will you get the access to this course, but you'll get access to a lot of other courses in a huge bundle, and it's on sale today. So buy it before the sale ends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.